Okay. Pay no attention to me. There's no such thing as dead air in live TV. Everything is delightful. I can definitely see where all of these things are, and I can put it in the chat myself. How about that? YouTube, welcome back. We are here about to work on Biirai. Yes, that's right. The language, the fan service Conlang, the unofficial language of the Discord. We're working on it today. We're going to try and get it to the point of being slightly functional. So, without further ado, I'm going off to the side. Yada, yada, yada. Here we go. Biirai time. Okay, we even have a few sentences already written in Biirai. There are, what do we have? We have 88 roots in Biirai so far, which is probably not enough for us to do a whole lot, but I've noticed that we don't have meanings for some of them. So what I'm going to do is assign some meanings to these roots, start deriving things, start fleshing out this language. And in order to do this, I think we should challenge ourselves. We should take a little text for translation and try and use this to exercise ourselves. We have, oh my goodness, Echo. Yes, there are also writing systems for Biirai, many writing systems, in fact. There have been some very, very creative things going on, and I hope that we get a chance to font them up and start writing one day in a Biirai script. But for now, I have this this lovely romanization, and maybe I should show off the new wiki. Yes. So far I have I've put up the Biirai phonology on the wiki. The wiki is at world.colangori.com, and you can browse the Biirai verse there, which has so far a little bit of information about our collaborative world building project in which this language is set. So if you want a view of the phonology, you can have it this way. Let me just pass this link to Lucy so she can put it in the chat. And our tradition with Biirai, as we're in the mood to augment the vocabulary and add things, is that people in the audience are free to add their names as roots. And so that's how we've been developing this language. Everything comes from the chat. So if you want your name in this language, you don't have it already, or a different word, just follow what Echo says. Use that little greater than sign so that it's easy to see in the chat, and I'll put it in. Where is that? Okay, yeah, so Sky we can add. Let's look at the phonology, because the phonology is a little bit restricted. So if we want to have Sky, we would have to do something like, Siikai, because that is the trouble with the Biirai phonology. It's very restrictive. We have actually a nice little description of it here. So essentially what the structure is, it's C and then any consonant, the flap, vowel, consonant, but there are all sorts of little constraints which are described here. So with all of that put together, Siikai is the adaptation. And okay, we've got some more. Let's put them in. So ruida, ruida, da. We've got to lengthen the vowels because Biirai has a constraint. Let me just make this a bit bigger. Biirai has a constraint that says syllables are minimally bimoraic. So what this means is all syllables have to contain either a long vowel or diphthong or a coda consonant, or they can contain both. So if we look at ruida, we would syllabify it like this. Ru, I, da. And so each of these syllables have to be long because there's no coda consonant, and our bimoraic requirement states that we have to have either a long vowel or a diphthong. Okay, so then we we have lots of new people in the chat today to add names for. This is wonderful. Okay, Puyi. So then we can do that. So let's do our loanword adaptation. So if we're going in with P-U-J-I, P-U-Y-I, 2 syllables, let's just lengthen these. And yeah, that's a valid word. Puyi. So I'm going to write this down. I'm going to write the source of everyone's names here. So Sky. And then we can assign some meaning soon. But yeah, we were going to be focusing on some conversational things. So if there are things that you always say, we're going to want to get translations for that. So, Jack. Okay. Jack is going in. Where is it? So Jack, we have this coronal affricate z. So I think that's going to be the way to go here. Zak. I think we have k as an allowable coda, so that's good. So Zak. Okay, you are also allowed to propose meanings as long as they don't collide with an existing word, and even if they do, I think it's probably fine. So if you have a meaning that you'd like for the name, please do feel free to put it in the chat as well, and we can assign that. Palachinka. Okay, this is going to be a fun adaptation. So how do we do this? So let's start with what we have, what we've been given. Palachinka. All right, let's adapt now segment by segment. So pa is fine. L, do we have l? We do not. So l is going to go to ra rather. Ch is going to go to z. We can have final ends. And now let's just do all of our vowel lengthening. Paradzinka. Okay. So that's our etymology. I'm going down the chat here. I see Henley says Heno. Okay, let's put that in. This is great. So we don't have H. So what we might do is just drop the H and do something like Ainu, because we actually don't have E either. We have the way we've usually been adapting mid-vowels is to make them into diphthongs. So for E, we do I, and oops, that should say ow. For E, we do I, and for O, we do O. So Ainu. Right. Okay, so I am catching up. We have so many new people today. Welcome everyone. This is wonderful. Let's see. May I intervene? Okay, you're getting in there as well. This is going to be an interesting adaptation. So I think we probably do something like my yain, something perhaps like Mayantawin. I think that's going to be the quickest way to get something Biirai. Something Biiraic. All right. Let's keep going. Puyi can definitely mean holy. Done. Sikai can mean creativity, but like a verb. Yeah, so far we've been having things be very loose with respect to the word class in Biirai so far, so I think we can keep that up. Okay, let's keep going. All right, craniac. Craniac, that would work. There we go. Perfect. Okay. It's really lovely to see so many new people here. I know there are new people here because there are all these new names. This is fantastic. Okay. Where am I now? Romke. Solve the puzzle. Bimaraic mo equals I minus C. I'm not sure. I might not be able to think on the fly that well. Autobot Benjay, welcome. This is fantastic glad that you could make a live stream. Zach, a couple, some. Okay, let's put that in. Quain, you're not into yai. Puyi, we don't have a word for Bible specifically because in this, so in the world that this is set, we don't have a lot of the culture developed. All we know is that the people who speak this Biirai language live in a desert. That's basically all we know at this point. All right. Paradzinka. Oh, could it mean some sort of like a bread-like food? That is a really great idea. Now, if Ship is tuning in, we have our in-world agriculture expert, Ship Combo, who's been working on some really cool ideas for the agriculture. So the development of agriculture in this part of the world where Biirai is spoken, I'm sure we can find something to call Paradzinka. All right. Okay, have I caught up? I think so. I think I've actually caught up. This is great. If I have not, let me know. So yes, our goal today is to come up with some sort of everyday phrases. So what do we have so far? We have tagi aumkisi, which is our polite greeting. So right away, let's start with our phrasebook. New tab for this. And we'll put it up to 18-point font so everyone can see. And we'll start down here so my camera's not obscuring things. So tagi aumkisi. So this is a greeting, a polite greeting. So if you want to say hello, tagi aumkisi. Now it might be fun to figure out where this tagi aumkisi comes from. What does it actually mean? Because it looks very, very clearly like it derives from something, like it has a story behind it. So let's keep that in mind. Chat if you have ideas. I'm all ears. What else can we do? Let's come up with a way of saying thank you. And let's come up with a way of saying you're welcome. Now, we should probably put in the chat a link to we can put in words. Let's put in a link to the spreadsheet in the chat as well, Lucy, if you don't mind. And then you can see what we've worked on so far and suggest cool meanings. Okay. The Biirai people have the Codex Duan Truni. Oh dear. This is very, very, very niche. I love it. Paradzinka. Tagi can mean day, just to troll like a faux Germanic. I actually love that. So tagi, day. Wonderful. So literally, something day. What kind of day? Aumkisi, wonderful, beautiful. Aumkisi. Love it. Okay. So tagi aumkisi means wonderful day, or you can just shorten it to tagi, day. All right. May the owls be pleased with you. May you not be eaten by chickens. Do we have words for owls and chickens yet in this language? I think that's going to be necessary. Owl. Oh yeah, we have siuri for owl. And do we have chicken? We don't have chicken, so I think we got to get on that. All right, so I think if we're going to have chicken, we have to use our strategy. We need to have a word that shows up in all sorts of different language families, and it's unclear who borrowed it from whom, and it's probably onomatopoeic. But what we've been doing so far with chicken is to use a word like pukaka or pulkak for chicken. I think we should keep that tradition going. All right. Yeah, I don't think Lucy's seen the message to send yet. Let's see if maybe I can do this. Give me 15 seconds. I'll have to I'll have to find a way to actually send this to you. Okay. Pay no attention to me. There's no such thing as dead air in live TV. Blah, blah, blah. Trying to find where to send this to you in the YouTube interface. Everything is delightful. I can definitely see where all of these things are. And I can put it in the chat myself. How about that? Okay. There we go. Okay, so that was great. That was a really, really enriching experience. All right, so we have owls and chickens living together, mass hysteria. Siuri pukaka. I don't think we have a word for and in this, do we? Oops. And? No, we do not. Do we have a with? We do, wa. So we can use this for and. So we can say siuri wa pukaka, owl and chicken. All right. Oh, you've been scooping me, Lucy, have you? Okay, all right, okay. All right, so what about this? Why was I looking up chickens and owls again? What have I missed? I've missed a ton. I am Conlang versus Technology Season 4. It's definitely more than Season 4 by this point. Oh, Autobot. Yeah. Mookie. That's nice. That's nice. Mookie dog. After Autobot Benjay's old dog Mookie. Okay. Right, where were we? Oh yes, the owl and the chicken. So why were we looking at owls and chickens? I think we were making some sort of a blessing, some sort of a thank you. I wonder if the Biirai people are into the owl. There's a for those who haven't heard this before, there's a story in this world about the 9 owls, which are sort of divine beings that came down and fashioned the world. And there's also a myth that the world was created from a cosmic owl in certain traditions. So I'm wondering if these traditions made their way to the Biirai Desert. We need camel and alpaca. All right, we need camel and alpaca. So let's come up with some words for camel and alpaca. And what I might do is, we have all of these roots that we haven't used yet. So maybe we can take something like pransik and make that camel, and like this, pransik. And we also have girao, which could be an alpaca. Ina. Ina can mean luck. Yes, that's a nice one. Ina luck. Biirai can worship migratory birds because of the etymology. So for those of you who don't know, Biirai comes from a memeable moment when I put up the Be Right Back screen and it stopped on Biirai. It didn't write the T, and it just froze there for a few minutes. And as a result, Biirai was born. Ina aumkisi. Good luck. So the birth of Biirai was a case of Ina aumkisi. So good luck. All right. So I don't know why we were talking about owls and chickens here. Maybe we can forget about that for now. So we need a thank you and we need a you're welcome. Maybe that's why we're talking about something about the owl and may the chickens not eat you and this kind of thing. But we need a way to say thank you. And also we need a way to say welcome. Because I'd love to be able, when someone comes on the Discord for the first time, I'd love to be able to give them a Biirai welcome. Autobot Benjay is asking, what are the phonotactics? Where are they? Here they are. So essentially the coda consonants that are allowed are these. W, y, r, m, n, p, t, k. All right. Ooh, Elijah, that's a cool idea. Having several different words for and, for verbs, nouns, people, and so on. Well, we already have an extensive noun class system in this, or not that extensive, but we have five noun classes. Maybe I can. We have these 5, and this is embedded into the grammar of the language. We have class A, B, C, D, and E, in which deities, humans, animals, objects, and abstract nouns are placed. And so maybe we could have different ways of saying and for each of these. All right. Zaru could be thank you. Ooh, I like that. Thank you, Henley. Let's go back over here. Zaru. Oops. Zaru. Thank you. Okay. Biirai is not a Boreal language officially yet. It's part of its own language family called Biiraic. Biiraic language. But we don't know much more about it at this point. So maybe there's some very, very distant relationship, but I think it would be extremely distant because it's very far. If you look at the geography of the world, Biirai is spoken in this region here, and this is the Boreal region up here. So quite a distance. Okay. I'm going to just put in a quick cut for YouTube here. YouTube, thank you for joining us. This has been a lot of fun. It's always a delight making stuff in this language. We will be back soon and we'll develop it some more. So we'll see you then.